What's good, y'all? Welcome to the All Talk No Cap podcast. Let's get talking after the intro. Welcome back to another episode of those that been with me, that been rocking with me. We on episode 3. And if you're new, I'm Emmanuel, known as the Kitty Man, known as E-Man, whatever. And today we have a good, interesting video. We have a good guest, and we have none other than Joy. Introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Joy. I make Christian videos on TikTok, yes, and on my social media platforms, and I'm an advocate for Christ. So that's me. That's me.
Hey. Yeah, she's on TikTok. You probably might have seen her on your For You page, depending what your content is that you be watching. But she is from Texas again. Like, let me tell you, the next person that I'm interviewing. No, it's in 2 interviews. He's gonna be from Texas too. Like, everybody's been from Texas. Is it just me?
Where's that?
Like, why does every Christian TikToker be living in Texas? I just don't understand it. And I'm all the way
Either Texas or ATL. Like, it's either Texas or ATL. Those are the 2 places. It's no in between.
Like, I don't know any other people that are from. Well, that's cap, because I know. Like Ryan, he's not from Texas, but he travels, and we met before, so I know him. But today we're gonna have a little interesting talk. We're gonna first talk about really we can start off with TikTok, whatever. So when did you start making TikToks in general? Like, I'm not talking about just Christian. Like, when did you start making TikToks?
So with TikTok, if I'm being honest, like, I don't know. I think I was like, okay, so like TikTok used to be Musically. So I used to be on Musically.
I was on too, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah, old things have passed away. So I used to be on Musically, and I remember I deleted the app and I didn't download it for a while. So then one day I was like, let me download Musically again, and I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. And then
me too.
Yeah, and then it turned into TikTok. So I was like, what's TikTok? So like I lost. And then I started making like regular videos. I think it was like 2019. I'm not sure. I just remember I started posting like whenever it was like the quarantine lockdown. I don't know. Yeah, COVID, when that was a thing. Yeah. And I think it was a little bit before that. And then after, I switched my content to Christian content in January 8th. So it's been a year now since I've been on Christian TikTok, because I removed my old videos because nobody needs to see all of that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was. I had Musically, and I'm like a little kid, right? So just imagine the content I was posting. I'm so glad TikTok deleted my account. So I deleted it for like 2 years. I didn't have it for 2 years, but then I didn't really have a phone. So it was just my mom's phone. So then when I got a phone, I tried looking for it, and I could never find it. My friends at school were like, Musically changed to TikTok. I was like, huh? I thought it was dumb. I thought it was like dumb. I thought that name was so dumb. But you would never expect it to blow up like that. So exactly. Then I went to middle school. I went through a lukewarm phase, which wasn't good because I've been Christian for a while because of my parents. But now it's not because of my parents, because when you start to understand more, that's when it starts opening up. But I was so lukewarm, and like then quarantine came, and quarantine came right when I was blowing up on YouTube. I was hitting interviews, and then quarantine came, and then I started making videos. I was still blowing up, and then that's when I got my first iPhone. If y'all want to, like, okay, I'll tell you how I got an iPhone. This is how God works, right? I've been praying months before to get a new phone, right? The same exact phone, iPhone 8. You might be like, iPhone 8 in 2019, 2020. Yeah, I wanted that. We were at church, right? I'm just like sitting. I'm just with my head down. I think I was writing what they were saying. I look up. This lady that's in front of me, she's like, you got a phone? I was like, no. She turned around. She gave me the same exact phone that I wanted.
Was it the same color too?
I didn't even know her. Like, I'm telling you, I didn't know her. Now I know her, but like, I was like, what? Like, you don't know how shocked I was, because I'm just sitting, you never expect, no. Let me say something. I forgot to say something. The past minutes before she asked me, you know what's on my mind? A phone. Literally, I was feeling like, I was like, I'm gonna get a phone. That was in my mind, which was really God. And then when she turned around, I was like, whoa. Like, she got out of her purse. She said, here you go. I was like, what? So now I started posting, I download TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Then I started posting more on YouTube. And so, yeah, I started posting. Then quarantine came and I was still posting. I was just making the weirdest TikToks. I made it all private. I was on another account. So then I would post Christian content, but it wasn't like a Christian page. I just like post once in a while, but I would do other stuff. All right. So we skipped quarantine. Let's go to 2021. In April, I broke that phone. The way I broke it it's a long story. I got off the school bus. And my phone fell out my backpack. It fell in my backpack, and I had Bluetooth headphones in. So you would never, I was like, oh my goodness, I left on the bus, because it just, when the bus rolled, when it drove, that's when the music stopped playing. I was like, okay, I'm with you tomorrow. And then day after day, I'm asking the school, the office. And then next, so one of the leaders that's like at the camp where I live, they went up, they're like, no, so I was in this building, like, you have a phone, right? I was like, no. Well, do you have a black phone? I was like, yeah. Well, look down there. I saw a phone on the road out in the mailbox. So I went down there. It's shattered. Like, it's split apart, been rained on after 2 weeks. So I had no phone. I look and think that was a consequence. I don't know. But anyways, I had no phone from April all the way to September, right? So I only had an iPad to use. I literally had an old iPad. So then we go all the way to September, and I have a summer event, summer camp, really lit. And I know this year it's gonna be something else. So after summer camp, let me tell you this: I play drums in my church, but I don't get paid. None of us get paid. So right,
the whole point.
Exactly, right. So none of us get paid, and so after the last day, right after service was over, one of the leaders came up to me, gave me a $200 check. And then this is so funny. And then the next night, it was a day before school, and then 2 days for my mission trip, right? And so I was using my mom's phone. Guys always asked us to use her phone, and she's like, Emmanuel, you need to get a phone. Go look online. Go look for a phone, right? So I go on Walmart, to the Walmart app. No, I just searched up an iPhone, right? And then I searched up iPhone 8, and then I looked, when I clicked on the Walmart website, and it said like $100, right? Oh, am I glitching? What happened?
Your camera light turned off.
Okay. Oh, my bad. Y'all, don't worry. Okay. So anyways, we look, and they was like, my mom was like, you're going to Walmart tomorrow after school. So I was like, okay. So then after school, I get home. My mom was like, let's go to Walmart. I was like, okay. Mind you, I asked them for an iPhone 8. They didn't have any of that. And then I got the SE, easy dub. And I don't get paid. And I paid myself every month. Nobody else ever, one time somebody else paid for me. But all those months since September, I've been paying and I don't got a job. So just expect that, right? God is really working. But if you go back a couple months before, this is the interesting part. You know Ryan, right? Ryan from TikTok, right? So he came here with the group that he's with, right? And so it was after like snack. He's sitting like at this table that I'm at, and I'm on the side. I'm talking to my friends. He's like, so I already knew him, and he already knew me. He's like, Emmanuel, come over here. I was like, okay. So I came, and then he's like, God told me you need to start making TikToks on Christian TikToks on like TikTok, right? I was like, I don't got a phone. Just believe. And he said some other stuff. And I started posting it about my mom's phone. And, like I said, then I got a phone. So it was really interesting. That's how I started making TikToks. And then that's really how it's been. And I don't, I may not get views, but it's not about the views. It's just about reaching people.
It's
You
a
know what I'm saying?
message.
Like, how did I get all the way over here? How did I come? I don't even know. But oh yeah, from TikTok. And I've seen you on my For You page many times since June, like when I got my mom's phone. But the people that inspired me the most was you, Ryan, and KP, literally. So thanks to y'all. Y'all were the one that was encouraging me. Like, y'all are young. I always like, I don't have fear, but there's something that's in me sometimes. I just can't do it. So I started posting, but my first 2 videos hit like 2,000 views. And then I posted a video about the rapture on my Instagram. That hit 7,000 views. 7,000 views. I was shocked. And God just, he knows what he's doing. It's not for everybody to, that one person can spread it to as much people as they can.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter how many people you get saved. And mind you, today, right at school. So on Bible study, we were talking about, when Jesus washed the feet, washed people, Peter's feet, was it, I think. And so then after, we just talk about like examples of showing kindness. It's not about just only washing feet, just like spreading love to everybody. And then we had a challenge. It's literally last night around this time, like to spread this gospel to at least somebody, and then come back next week with the testimony. And so, I was like ready, but I was still scared. So today I was doing math, and then there's 2 girls that sit in front of me because they changed seats today. I was like, okay. And then I forgot how I got to that conversation. We were just talking, and then I know what she did. She said like, God, and then the D word. And I was like, you can't be. I was like, you can't be saying that, because I hear people say that, but I never told them. Like, I just kind of cringed a little. I just stepped back. I was like, this time I'm gonna do something about it. I was like, you can't be saying that. She's like, okay, gosh, goodness. Oh, she said, not gosh, but I was like, no. And then she was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, what? I was like, no, just say goodness. I was like, she's like, okay. And then a couple minutes goes by. We were talking, and then I mentioned something, and I was like, do you believe that Jesus died on the cross, or do you believe he's alive? She's like, I don't know. I was like, dang. So then I started talking, because Ryan sent me this flyer, not a flyer, it's like a little card. It talks about like steps, like if you want to get somebody saved, right? And so I had it on my phone, and I started looking at it. I started telling her, and then she was like, I asked her, do you want to get saved? She's like, I'll think about it. So, that kind of like made me like happy, because, I got out of my comfort zone. And even if she doesn't accept it to me, like she doesn't say it to me, I planted a seed, and
Exactly.
God's going to water it. So, I forgot how we got all the way to here.
You were talking about Musically and TikTok. Then
Oh yeah,
phone.
so I just got out my fear, my comfort zone. And I'm really happy for that. But yeah, now I've been talking the whole time. Now it's your turn to talk. Like, what made you start it, and like how does it help?
Okay, here's me. This is me. So everybody started Christian TikTok for different reasons, but this is how I looked at it. So like, obviously you talk about your lukewarm phase, and I used to make like worldly videos, like, and it's just like everything that was trending, I was trying to hop on those trends. So I started, doing that or whatever. And then I was thinking about it for real, because my parents didn't know I had a TikTok. Nobody, like, only my friends and the people who followed me knew I had a TikTok, right? Yeah. So then when it came to that point, it was just like, I was thinking to myself, I said, okay, let's say I do blow up on TikTok and do get like a lot of views. I feel like there's a reason why God didn't let me blow up too much, like when I was on worldly TikTok or whatever, because I feel like that would have gotten to my head. But I just feel like with that, it was just like, I started making the videos, and then I was like, hold up. Do I want to blow up for something, that's of the world, and I tell my parents and it's like some trend? Or do I want it to be like to the glory of God? So from there, I just started slowly transitioning to Christian videos. And I remember, like, it was like, I don't know, me personally, I like doing like Christian versions of things. Like, even before I started posting on TikTok and all that, yeah, I would make Christian versions. So this is what I did. I don't know if you know the Busted challenge, and then that like one challenge where it was like the lights are red, but they take pictures like with the red light.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
It was like that trend.
That cringed me so much. Like
it was bad. And it was really disappointing because TikTok musically, it used to be a kids app, and now like kids can't even be on that like without bad things coming up. So I was like,
quarantine changed it. Quarantine changed it for sure.
Changed it, but now it's still going back there. But we can say that there's a lot more Christian like people coming to make Christian content. So I think that's a really good point about it. But I remember I made the Christian version of the Busted Challenge, and I had my Bible, and I dropped, and it was like my Bible. So then
I think I saw that.
You know, people like, I remember some people was hating, but all my other friends was hyping me up. So then it just went from there. And you know, back then, like whenever I got like 1,000 views, I was like, whoa, like when we see 1,000 views, people screaming, I'm like, okay, like I really got it like that. And that at that time, I didn't really have as much followers as I did, but I thought I was doing something because the views were coming. So then it started getting like, I started like making another one. I did the red light one, but it was me like holding the Bible, and then it got like on a lot of people's pages. So then from there, people started doing the same thing. And I was like, dang, like I'm really a trendsetter. Cause I just remember like ever since I posted that, other people started doing it like with their Bible. And then I was like, let me actually take this seriously. So I removed my other videos, like my old videos, not the Christian challenges, but my old videos. And then I started making just Bible verses. Like I would just put Bible verses and I would sing like Christian songs, and then that's where it went. And then it's just been going ever since there. And the Lord has been increasing me. There has been times where I have wanted to quit because TikTok is it's just really toxic. But what I can say is that it feels good, you know, to make videos, you know, for Christ. Oh yeah, another thing as well is once I started doing that with the Christian videos, I started changing my content on Instagram too and on Snapchat. So on Snapchat, I was just posting scripture. I was just posting words that the Lord would give me. And I just changed it from posting my usual stuff to now posting about the Lord. And also, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, and also on Instagram, like that's where I post more words. And I took a huge step this year. I don't know if it was this year or last year. Last year, I took a huge step and I started posting words like on my Instagram. Then I started making reels. I would just repost my TikToks on the reels and stuff like that. So it just went from there. And ever since then, I've been doing great. All glory to God.
And speaking of the Busted Challenge, I made a version, right? But it was like, so how'd it go? Oh yeah, so this was a year ago, which was the trend. And so put your hand on my God is good though. And I did that. I slapped the camera, you know, like I slapped my phone. And then that went viral, but I wasn't like on that Christian type stuff. I mean, that trend just like, you know, I wasn't making Christian TikTok at the time, but I was just like, ooh. And you know, you know how people like do the tutorials on how to undo the red so you can see like,
oh yeah.
I was like,
what is wrong with this generation?
This generation is
just down bad.
I feel uncomfortable at school sometimes, literally. Like I just want to move out the school
all the time. I feel uncomfortable in general. I feel like just going on social media, it just makes you uncomfortable because like when I see people and what they post, it's just sad because I guess like whenever you used to post stuff like that and then you used to be in that phase, like it's just like I could be thinking if only they knew God, like their lives would be different. You know, everybody encounter at times. So yeah, so I have to say with that.
And not everybody is going to heaven, so you don't even know.
That's the hard truth that a lot of people don't want to hear, because they just think everybody's in heaven. But I'm pretty sure that the Bible says that the path is very narrow, the gate is very narrow too. But hell, heck of people in hell.
Many ways to hell, one way to heaven. Like somebody from a gang dies, shot 10 bodies, wasn't even saved. And rest in peace, you're in heaven. I know you're looking down at me. Whoa, no disrespect, but he's not there. He's not there. He's looking down. He's like, please don't mess up, because I don't want you down here either. Literally.
Exactly. And it's just crazy to me because like I'd be hearing like a lot of people say that, and then people be defending it, saying, oh, y'all don't know. Like obviously, you know, we don't get to decide who goes to heaven and hell, but you could definitely see like, because here's the thing, being a Christian is not just saying, oh yeah, I believe in Jesus, because yes, you can believe in the Lord, but it's by your fruits. And also like if you look at somebody And the way they died is like, you just see their life and how they're living, and it's more of the world and it's not reflecting Christ. I'm sorry to say, but because here's what I like, the same thing with moving to Christian TikTok. You have to realize something. It's either you're going to be for God completely or you're going to be for the world, because you can't serve two masters. So you got to pick one. And that's why I was like, even with the audios, like, there'll be Christian videos sometimes and they'd be using like really bad audios. They'd be cussing. I'm like, what is going on? And it's just, and then they be trying to use the, and I used to do that too until I realized how bad secular music was. So it really went from there. But what I can say is you cannot serve two masters. So we gotta all get it together as the body of Christ.
That is true. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been seeing a little downfall on Christian TikTok because it's either right they do false stuff, they say false things, or they're just doing this for views. They don't care. And like people see, if you see Christian TikTokers that have like 1 million followers, they either stopped posting or their like content is just changing.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie, with the whole stop posting, I don't really blame them, because like I said before, like the Christian community on TikTok, it can get really toxic sometimes, because personally, it's like we're not worried about like the unbelievers and what they say, because as Christians, we're gonna receive persecution anyways, and people are just not gonna like what we post, and they'll be like, I don't know why y'all forcing your religion. First of all, just scroll. Second of all, like when I think about it, it'd be the Christians, like it really be the Christians that it's just really discouraging, because of the fact that we are supposed to bring more souls to Christ, but yet you only see people talking about spouses. They only talk about themselves. It's like, let us spread the true gospel, because here's my thing, right? I wanted to get off TikTok so many times, like even as a Christian creator, and I do take a lot of breaks. I take a lot of breaks off TikTok because it's just really toxic, and sometimes you really need to unplug. So it just makes me think about this. If you know that TikTok itself is toxic, if you know that TikTok itself is promoting nonsense, things that are not of God, like we live in a generation that promotes fornication, being toxic, and all of that stuff. If you know that's the case, then you know that you're a Christian. Why not spread the, like, you can't, like, what's your point of you have to ask yourself, what are your intentions when you are on Christian TikTok or when you are posting the gospel? There are people who only post the gospel because of the fact that, oh yeah, if I use hashtag this or that, or the people, oh my goodness, I promise you, out of all videos I've seen, this to me is the worst one. Well, there's two. One is share this video or like this video, comment below if you love God. If you skip it, you're going to hell, or if you skip it, you don't love God. Like, what is that? I don't like that stuff. It's like you're guilt tripping somebody into sharing your video so you can get clout. And then you start blowing up on TikTok because you're using the Lord. And that's not how it should be. And that's what I think with a lot of people, it's like they use hashtag Christian, this and that, and they only make Christian videos so that they can get views. And this is what I've noticed. So whenever they make those videos and they will like steal a video from somebody else, because here's my thing. I don't really care. Like me personally, if somebody wants to use my video, I don't care. There's some Christians that I know, like they be getting mad. They'll be like, why y'all taking my video? Y'all didn't even at me. At the end of the day, the gospel is being spread. But this is what I noticed. So let's say some people start posting on TikTok and then they post like something that they took from somebody else. People in the comments start asking questions, and the creator can't even answer the questions because they don't even know how to answer it. And it comes to a point where people start posting things that they have no knowledge on. And it's just like, it's more flesh-led than spirit-led. And that's how I see it. So I take my breaks off TikTok because just got to unplug. So that's why I don't really blame them when they say, I want to take a step back from this and that, because you got to understand, once you start like, and then people will be like, Joy, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, bro, I'm just working on my mental health, because it's not easy. People think that, oh yeah, you being a Christian creator, you having all of these followers, like, I don't look at myself and look at the followers. I look at what I'm doing for the Lord, and I want to make sure it's led by the Spirit and not the flesh. Because one thing about me is what I noticed is that, because here's the thing, every Christian is different. Like, I don't like that whole stigma where every Christian is supposed to be the same, or we're supposed to act a certain way. Like, like we can be ourselves. Like if I'm more energetic and somebody's less energetic, that doesn't make them less of a Christian, because I'm myself. So on my TikTok, I show my personality. Like, I laugh, I smile. That's me. But some people, it's like they fake it. Like, just be yourself. Like, that's all you need to do. So that's what I do. And then I guess what draws more people to me, because not draw more people to me, but draws more people to like me in a sense, because I tell the truth, and then I'm also like really engaging. So yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I agree with you 100%. Like, I used to, when I started, like, I was doing it because, let me explain. I kind of got to the flesh when my 2 videos blew up, right? I was like, okay, I've posted again. It hit like 20 views. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Posted again, hit 10 views. Sometimes when that happens, that's so God is like, hey, you're not doing this just to get views or whatever. So, I've been doing this since July, and I'm at 79 followers, which doesn't bother me at all, and I still get tired of TikTok a lot. Like, so I think last week I posted a TikTok, and I think I spelled angel wrong. I said an angel, I said angle. Oh my goodness. I wake up to my phone at 1,000 views, 400 likes, 200 comments. Oh, so God's an obtuse. Like, if you saw my comments, I was like, yo, I make one mistake. People are bashing me. And you know what somebody else said? Oh, so you're one of the Muslim people. I was shocked. I mean,
bro, it'd be one mistake and then everybody just that you're just not a Christian or you just don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, so you sinned. We're humans. We're not perfect. You know what I'm saying?
But it's literally a spelling error. Like, I don't know why they're taking it that far. It's a spelling error.
Exactly. I'm just like, yo. So then I took a break for like a week. I deleted it. That was the first time, like, I didn't want to delete TikTok. I would take a break, but I wouldn't delete it because I didn't want to lose my traps. So I was like, at one point, I was like, I don't care. Deleting it for like a week, everything. It was so, like, my phone was dry. So I was like, it was awkward to like go on my phone, and I wasn't used to it yet. So I started just getting off, just spend time with more God. And then I got back on a week or 2 later. My phone was like just blowing up with everything. And then I started posting, and it's just whatever. But like, the For You page is so weird. Even Christian talkers, right? Like, how there be some people that be on TikTok, they'll be close to the screen, they be like, or something like that. And they be like, don't scroll. They be like, don't scroll. Give 5 seconds. Just love you. Share this to 25 people. I'm just like, bro. Sometimes I feel bad that when I scroll past a Christian TikTok, I'm just like,
yeah, and that's not a good thing because Christian TikTok has made it to the point where if you skip, like, the Lord's gonna be mad at you. Like, that's how like people feel. Because they forget to realize that they're young kids watching this. I remember there were people texting me and they said, I've been crying all day. Like, they were like, I skipped this video. Like, does God hate me? I'm like, no. And I just felt so, like, it's just really sad because people who are like, they're just beginning the faith or like they're trying to know more about God, and then you post things like that, it doesn't help. And that's why I've noticed that with TikTok, with social media, we get so consumed with the followers, we get so consumed with the likes, we get so consumed with all the people that we forget what we actually need to do. And it becomes more of, I just want to do what I want to do. But we weren't created to, first of all, we weren't created to live according to our will. We're supposed to live according to the will of God. And when you decide that you want to do things your way, remember who gave you that platform in the first place. And it was God, which means you got to do it for God's glory and not your own glory. It doesn't matter if people are blowing your stuff up saying, oh my goodness, I love your videos. There are people who are like, yep, that's me. Like, you cannot take pride in that. You have to say all glory to God. That's something I will never do. So when people are like, oh my goodness, Joy, you're so famous, like, I'm trying to get like you, I'm like, bro, like, this is all for the glory of God. I don't look at it in a sense of, oh yeah, like, I'm getting my clout up, like, I'm so well known. No, my main mission is to spread that word because that's what we were created to do and do what the Lord wants me to do. Because it's very, very easy to fall into your flesh, and it is very, very easy to take pride in those things. So you have to be careful with that.
Agree. So, all right, I got a question for you. So you're in college, right? This is your first year, right?
Yeah.
So when you go to college, does anybody ever talk about you having followers or the content you post? Like, as somebody either you don't know, like, oh my goodness, you're Joy from TikTok. Oh my goodness, you posted Obama. Has anybody done that?
Oh my goodness, yes. Like, somebody did that, and it's just so weird to me because it's just like it's just weird to me only because of the fact that, like, I'm a regular person. And when you're like, oh my goodness, like, I would understand, like, you see somebody and like, whoa, I've seen them on my For You page or I've seen them on TikTok before. But when you're screaming, making it seem like I'm a celebrity, I don't know. I get really awkward when that happens. Like I remember like, oh my goodness, it's just so weird whenever people do that. Cause I'm like, I'm just a regular person. Like I just make TikToks.
You're a
That's it.
human.
Exactly. So when this girl like texted me this one day, like, and she's like, "Oh, I'll be seeing you." I'm like, "Oh," it's just awkward because now when you have a lot of people following you, you have to remember that people are looking at you. I be seeing people who text me and they're like, "Oh, I saw you, but I didn't come up to you or whatever," and I'm just like, bro, it's just like if I walk out, like leave the house, whatever. Because when I leave the house, I'm comfortable. I don't dress like a celebrity. Like I just dress regularly. So when I leave the house and stuff, and then people texting me saying, "Oh, I've been seeing you on my For You page, and I just saw you," like, and I was like, I'm like, oh, like I got people watching me now. So it's just something I'll be thinking about.
I don't know. Actually, I know how that feels. So right when I go to the gym and the weight room, right, which is connect. So there's a middle school and high school that's like close together. So when I go there for football, I was working out. I was like, I think I was lifting, and then this kid comes up. You're the guy from YouTube. You're the kid E-Man. I was like, yeah. Oh my goodness, I messaged your videos. I never think I would ever see you. I was like, he started sarcastic, but it felt so awkward because I didn't know him. I was like, oh, thanks. And like sometimes I just think if I really blow up on YouTube, because I'm at 226 subscribers. My most viewed video is 3,000 views. But like, I just don't know how it feel. You can't walk around without being noticed. Like I remember which Spider-Man. Name all 3 Spider-Man characters and I'll remember one. Do you remember their names? Tom Holland, Andrew. I don't remember. But one of them, like the paparazzi, right? They're walking out. You got everybody recording on them. Like, that's just too uncomfortable. I can't imagine that. And
I
like,
just feel bad for celebrities in general because they're like the people who like take pictures. Like I be seeing them like from a distance, and it's just awkward. Like to me, it's awkward because it's just like, like that's kind of like a violation of privacy as well. Like I understand that you like my videos, and I feel like it's just better. It's like not better, more. Sorry, it's way better to like get their consent. Like talk to us like we're regular people and stuff. Because one thing about me is like, there's some Christian TikTokers and there's some regular people in general that if people would text them, they won't respond to them. And that's not cool at all because, you have people who support you. You have people who want to just ask you a question. And if you don't respond to them, I don't think that's fair. So I make sure to respond to people. And then I'll get people saying, they'll be like, "Oh my goodness, like I didn't expect you to respond." And it just makes me think like us as Christian creators, like, why do we act so Hollywood sometimes? Like we got to respond to people. I know that I be really busy, so I do try to respond as best as I can. And then now I've been like focused more on like, what I got to do. So when I post on Instagram, like I'll get off and like I'll post words from the Lord and then people will ask me questions. So sometimes it takes a while for me to get back to them, but I do like to get back to people because I don't think it's fair because I'm not a celebrity. So I could definitely talk to people and have conversations with them. So yeah.